Tonight, after 33 years, a famous and haunting cold case has returned to the hot center of the spotlight. Etan Patz, one of those first faces to stare at us from the milk cartons. He disappeared when he was 6 years old. He was on his way to the school bus. And today, decades later, police have mobilized, unleashing dogs to track new clues, vowing to work 24 hours a day to find an answer. And ABC's David Muir is at the scene at that crossroads tonight. David.
Diane, good evening. As you know, for 33 years, the parents of that little boy didn't move. They didn't change their phone number, hoping that one day alive he might call them. Well, tonight, in what could be a major break in the case, authorities are back on the very same block looking for traces of their son.
From the sky today, the view of that same New York City neighborhood, that same block, where 33 years ago, a little boy named Etan Patz, just 6 years old, disappeared on his walk to school. It was the first morning his parents let their little boy walk to the school bus alone. The national headlines of his disappearance frightened an entire nation of parents at a time when little attention was given to children who'd gone missing. The case ignited a movement, President Reagan at the time declaring Missing Children's Day. Tonight, more than 3 decades later, a major break. The FBI and NYPD are suddenly back, now believing it's possible Etan never got further than his own block that morning. Dozens of agents today preparing to dig out a basement in a nearby building along the path the boy took that morning. ABC News has learned that in recent days, a carpenter, a handyman who once worked in that building, has now been questioned. A cadaver dog brought to the carpenter's old workshop, then picking up a scent. And that's why shortly after sunrise today, with search warrant in hand, they were back.
We're looking at what the warrant indicates for either human remains or personal effects or clothing.
It's believed that carpenter, Othniel Miller, had been friendly with the boy all those years ago, actually giving Etan $1 for helping him the night before he disappeared. Authorities never searched that basement, and charges were never brought in the case. Tonight, back in that Soho neighborhood of New York, the Patz family is still there, still torn. The father sitting down with ABC News a little more than 2 years ago.
I still gag with the fear that this child must have felt. When he realized he was betrayed by an adult.
The story of his son changing this country and the way of life in that New York neighborhood. Today, Susan Schulson remembered raising her own children on that same block.
It was very disturbing to know that a child had vanished right on our block and that I would have to guard my children ferociously.
What so many parents echoed at the time, today those instantaneous missing children alerts are really a part of everyday life. And Diane, just moments ago, the FBI telling me that they finished digging for this evening. They will be back on the scene first thing in the morning to begin digging again. They plan to be here for 5 days or so, they say, until their work is done.
Thanks so much, David. All these years, we never forgot his little face looking out from that milk carton.